Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chasing Psychological Safety. We're talking today about the fact that the human work takes a minute, and sometimes it takes repetition, and sometimes it takes hateful tasks, at least for some of us. But many times it just takes doing the work, and some of that work is actually really present. From the article that we wrote yesterday, you saw that we've done a little bit of an audit as to what plays are the ones used most often by the teams we work with. And what we found is that teams regularly return to some of them. We've listed them in the article, and that there are also a number of plays that they come back to, which we wouldn't have thought would be regular plays, but they are regular to these teams, which means that they find value from doing them over and over again. And those ones are the more fun ones. And Fiona is going to go into a little bit of detail towards it. But before then, I think it's worth reiterating that we are on this path of making everyone everywhere face up to the truth that the work that's needed in this day and age, with the to-dos we have, with the outcomes we're seeking, is less so on the delivery and operational side and much more so on the human side. This isn't to say that we're not doing a lot of work that's technical work, or that our plates are not full of to-dos. We are well aware that everyone's overworked and having very full work in progress plates. But that said, we strongly believe the time has come to start spending a lot more focused time on the human work. And it is in all of our interest that we do not squander this moment in time when we can do this work. It is super important that we find the ways in which it can be done at the team level in a quick fashion that will kind of get us those early wins and keep us in the habit of starting to work on these hard things. It's really crucial that we also spend honest conversational and dialogue time in the idea that this human work is a to-do that we all have, both individually and as a team, and that we start then kind of doing it consciously, week in and week out, if not day in and day out. These things are imperative, they're needed, and we feel them at our own level, at the teams that are working with us level, and in general, in all industries as well. If you think you're hearing a lot about the fluffy human topics, it's because this conversation is now finally coming to the forefront of every organization and every team out there. So it's an amazing time for us as teams. We should grab it. And here are some of the tips we have in terms of what work you need to do regularly.
Yeah, absolutely. So we talked in the article yesterday about the three big plays that kind of form maybe the fundamentals of, how you get started in teaming and how you get started in getting your team into a more productive, efficient, healthy, happy place. But what we've also found, and is a really valuable insight, is that there are 4 or 5 plays that teams use on a regular basis. And those are the more fun, enjoyable, human connection focused plays that bring joy to the team as well. So for example, we've got the humor workshops, which looks like a lot of fun on the surface and is a lot of fun. Believe me, we've done it. But sharing your humor is a really personal part of you. So that it's a really deep psychological bond that you can form, an emotional bond through sharing humor, but it's super fun as well. And teams really like that one. We've got something called the Bitch Fests, which always raises an eyebrow when we bring it out. But what we've done there is created a safe framework to get a bunch of stuff off your chest, to have a cathartic conversation about what's gone before in this team, outside of this team. But what tends to happen is people, once they get through the kind of slightly uncomfortable barrier of having that conversation, they start to really enjoy it. And a few laughs come out as well as you're enjoying that one. And then we've got the team equals family play, which is just really about sharing within the boundaries that you're comfortable, personal information, about you, about your family, about your pets, about your passions, your likes, your dislikes, all those sorts of things that might seem a little bit extra, but really, really help you to form that engagement. And as you know, we define engagement as the emotional connection a team has with each other. And then finally, the Courage Hackathon, which is a great opportunity to really share what you believe in, the people that you admire, who are brave and courageous in the world and have influenced you. So what we're seeing is that you've got the big kind of fundamental work that teams need to do. But then when teams really kind of move to the next level, when they start embracing the human work as something that they see drives the productivity, drives the efficiency, drives the joy of the team, these are the ones that happen repeatedly. They might be doing them in the mini format, so 30 minutes, 20, 30 minutes each, but they're doing them regularly and they're really enjoying the human work. So I guess that's where we want teams to get to. Through the discomfort barrier, out of your comfort zone, into your growth zone, and then into that fantastic learning zone where you're just really enjoying being together, doing the human work. And that's what we're seeing happening for teams, which is just amazing.
It is. And you start feeling it when you get there, and that growth zone, that magical moment when you're really going fast as a team is priceless. And we don't need to pitch this to anyone. Anybody who's ever been in a psychologically safe, high growth team knows what we're on about. So let's get back there if we're not there today. There's work that can be done so that we get there quite fast. You'll know if you're doing the work right, because you might be repeating some plays that will feel kind of, they didn't bring much to you. If they didn't bring much to you, then that's a good indication you're doing the right things. And it's a good indication that those team agreements are clear, that you're close enough and you know all of these things about each other. It's a good indication that you're no longer impression managing with each other if you don't need the reminder and the constant trigger mention. And so all of this work pays off. Some of this work is fun. We're here to help with it. Come talk to us.
Thank you. Bye.